Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a fun show for you. All right, yep. Dan Mullen is singing Rocky Top and picking the Vols. You got to love it. The big game, 7 o'clock Saturday night, and Dan Mullen has made his pick known to the world. He likes the Vols. And this is in USA Today Network. Craig Meyer says Dan Mullen sings Rocky Top ahead of Florida-Tennessee game in Week 3 college football. And, of course, we all know Dan Mullen was the head coach at Florida for a few years, and then he got ceremoniously or unceremoniously fired because he wasn't recruiting well enough, and he kind of lost the team there at the end. He was Urban Meyer's offensive coordinator and helped him win 2 national titles back in the in 06 and 08. And he won the East, if you'll remember, when he had that real good quarterback. What was his name? And it says, an otherwise routine podcast appearance turned it into something unnerving, at least among the Gators' contingent. He said, while on ESPN's College Game Day podcast with Reese Davis and Pete Thamel, Mullen took the opportunity to sing, and he not just any song, and I'll let you hear a little bit of it.
To me, good old Rocky Top, and you got 110,000 people going, woo! Yeah.
And that was actually on Zach Reagan's X, formerly known as Twitter. It's X now, of course. Zach's always got some good stuff. And, of course, we're going to be facing off with them Saturday night. We're number 9 in the country or number 11, depending on who you're looking at, in Gainesville. But the other slight is that he also picked Tennessee to beat Florida on the Matt Berry Show, which is on ESPN. He says, noting that he's still on Tennessee's bandwagon until they get him off the bandwagon. He says, jarring as it may be for Florida fans to see one of their former coaches sing that particular tune, Mullen at least has the luxury of being able to get a laugh out of the rivalry. In 8 all-time meetings against Tennessee, both as offensive coordinator and a head coach, he's 8-0. Which doesn't surprise me any. They won a bunch of games against us. So, yeah, the Florida faithful's not going to like that. That's going to upset them. I don't think there's any question. This couldn't be a bigger game. Also, tonight at 7 o'clock, I'll be going live with my bro Chilmont, and I may have a couple other guests too. But check that out live tonight at 7 p.m. This is the game of the year so far, easily. You know, we've just had a couple of warm-up games. Everybody's going to be talking about Joe Milton. He's going to be kind of the key player in the game. Depending on how he plays, as I'm sure how we'll go. But here's the thing. It's the Swamp. We have not won there in 9 tries. 9 tries in a row we've not won.
9 times?
9 times.
We just can't let it go to 10. So this is a big game. The defense, I think, has improved significantly. They are worried. I went on a show last night, High Top Sports, which is a big-time Florida YouTube channel, and they're worried about our defensive line. And they should be. That front 7 is brutal, and we're going to bring the pressure on Graham Mertz. And he's a pedestrian quarterback. He's not very mobile, so I think we'll sack him, put a lot of pressure on him. But I think he'll have some success between the 20s. Now, once he gets in the red zone, that seems to be where Florida really struggles because they don't have that much of a running game, which is odd because they have 2 really good running backs, but their offensive line's not been that good. But they do have their starting center coming back in, and that'll probably help them a little bit. Just like us, we've got Cooper Mays, who may very well be back in the game for us. And anytime your center's back in, that's usually a bonus for your line. But it seems to me, you know what their big concern is? And it's something I want that I want Joe to do more than anything, is run the ball. And that's Florida's big concern. You know, the lead guy on that show was like, man, I just hope Joe doesn't start running on us. Because he said, I know he can. And he said, we're not prepared to deal with that. And I couldn't agree more. Because you don't have enough defensive players to deal with an extra runner, especially a guy 6'5", 230 who is quick and fleet-footed. So if he does run the ball, say he runs for 70, 80 yards, that'll be a major problem for Florida because they're not set up to stop us running the ball from the quarterback position. So we'll see how this goes. They'll probably start him off with some of those sideline passes just to get him warmed up a little bit. But I would love to see a few quarterback runs and see him break out. You know, if it's not there, take off, man. Just take off. Worst case scenario, you're going to get a few yards. And if you break out in the open, get your 10 or 20, get down, and let's keep going. I'm not asking for you to get hit, but if there's open yardage out there, take it. And eventually what they'll do, they'll start coming up, and then you can beat them over the top. If you will force them to come up into the box, you can beat them over the top. Otherwise, I think what they're going to do is sit back, just like every other defense has done against us, and try to keep everything in front of him and try to force him to hit that 15-yard hard pass, which he's not been doing such a good job of recently. So that's probably their game plan. But again, if he runs, that is a wild card. So I couldn't be more excited about this game. Everything's on the line. Billy Napier's on the hot seat. I don't care what anybody says. He is on the hot seat. If he loses this game and they go 1-2, he's going to be struggling all year with a losing record. And that could be 2 losing records in a row for him and 3 for Florida. And that could be very difficult on his tenure. I don't care how much money he's owed. If he loses the donors and they don't have that NIL money ready, he loses his recruits. And then you got a major problem. And at this time, I do want to take a moment to thank my sponsor of this video, and that is Sevierville Golf Club, a wonderful golf facility. This is where I play every week. They got 2 great golf courses, the River and also the Highlands. A great test of golf. The course is in fantastic condition. As you can see, that video right there actually does it justice. It's that good. It really is. I enjoy playing it. And they also have a great practice facility. Be sure to check that out. You want to work on your long game, short game, anything you want to work on. They have a top-of-the-line practice facility. It's terrific. And I love to practice over there. I'm always hitting balls on a fairly regular basis.
He's got a beautiful backswing. Dad, oh, he got all of that one. He's got to be pleased with that. The crowd is just on its feet here.
And if you want to get something to eat or drink before or after the round, just pop into Mulligan's. They'll take good care of you in there. Great service. Be sure to check out Sevierville Golf Club. It's right on Highway 66. Super easy to find, easy to get to. The golf carts even have computers on it to tell you exactly the yardage to the pin. So just be sure to check out Sevierville Golf Club if you're in the area. It's great for locals, great for tourists, and it is open to the public. So just give them a call. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover the Vols and all our opponents, the Gators, of course. And if you haven't subscribed, it's on your right, my left. Just hit that little button right there. I would appreciate it. Helps me out. Doesn't cost you a penny. Helps you get my videos. And right over here is the most recent video. Be sure to check that out. And you know what I'm going to put right up here where I was on High Top Sports? I'm going to put that one right here. And I think I'll put right here Peek into the Gators, which was another Gator show that I went on. I went behind enemy lines for you folks.
Now Kane!
I went back there, talked to him. I found out everything. I tried to get the playbook for you, but I wasn't able to do that. But Allie Peek, Peeking to the Gator, she'll be right here. If you want to watch those videos, check it out. I had a good time on the shows, by the way. And we'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.